been a night of few surprises, but enormous consequences, especially for the grand old party. Joining me now from McAuliffe headquarters in Tysons Corner, Virginia, is CNN's chief congressional correspondent, Dana Bash, and from New York, CNN chief political analyst, Gloria Borger. Chris Christie's reelection and New Jersey Governor Gloria was never in doubt, but of course the news that John and I were just talking about, that he performed so well with groups that normally casting ballots for Democrats, 55% of female vote, 1/5 of the African-American vote, more than half, according to the most recent exit polls, of the Latino vote. Gloria, how much do you think this will be resonant for those early state activists looking to put a Republican in the White House?
Look, I think that it's going to have a lot of resonance with more establishment Republicans who are saying we can't go with the Tea Party. It's not going to help us. Business types who, after the shutdown, are looking for candidates they can endorse now against other Republicans. So I think for those folks, this news is going to be telegraphed everywhere. As you point out earlier, these exit polls are going to go everywhere. But if you look at the state of Virginia, the Tea Party folks might say, you know what? If Ken Cuccinelli had stuck with the base, if he had had one more week to rail against Obamacare and to continue on that, then maybe he could have eked out a victory there. So their answer will be, you know what? Cuccinelli should have stuck with his knitting, should have stuck with the base, and he might have been able to beat Terry McAuliffe. So I don't think this argument gets settled tonight in the Republican Party. I think it's still going to continue to play out.
Well, let's go to Dana at McAuliffe headquarters. Dana, Governor-elect Terry McAuliffe. Sounds strange on my tongue. How exactly did he do this tonight?
Well, first of all, I should point out, I think you can see behind me, he's literally right here, glad-handing, shaking hands in a way that we would always see him sort of stand behind the candidate that he was supporting, usually a Clinton, watching them do this. So to your point that it is a little bit odd for those of us who have covered politics for so long, and Terry McAuliffe as the political operative, the staffer, and not the actual principal, is sort of bizarre. How did he do this tonight? He did this in a way that was very un-Terry McAuliffe-like. He was very disciplined, to the point where you talked extensively to Chris Christie. Just, for example, we tried very hard to get an interview with Terry McAuliffe. He was not giving any interviews to any national media, and actually very few to local Virginia media for a while, because they wanted to very much keep him on message. And that message has been, as Gloria was just talking about, you were talking about, that his Republican opponent, Ken Cuccinelli, was simply too extreme. And the other way he did it is, frankly, he got lucky with the Republican strategy that ultimately led to a government shutdown. Where we are right now is knee-deep in federal workers, people who are personally affected by the shutdown, and even some probably who are registered Republicans, traditional Republican voters, said that they're just sort of done with that wing of the Republican Party and came home to Terry McAuliffe. That probably at the end of the day was what helped McAuliffe, and the millions and millions of dollars that he was able to raise personally, that the Clintons, his very, very good friends, were able to help him raise. And also the fact that he is somebody who does have that national ideal that he was trying to keep here in Virginia. Well, Jake.